a diva. I'm a diva. I'm a diva. I'm a diva.
Hey Instagram family, how are you? How's all our friends doing tonight? I'm Regina, Snazzy Soulz. Hope everybody can join in today. How's everything going? It is Thursday. Happy Thursday, guys. What's the date today? The 12th? It just seems like the month of November is just zooming right by. It's just crazy, you know? But yeah, good to be here. Glad to see everybody joining in little by little. I see Master Handbags. Hey, got some really nice things on there too. Family Place. Any reason to party? Hey, now any reason to party, you got to go to her site. You got to check her out. She does some awesome things she makes and decorates and stuff. I look at her house pictures all the time. It's really, really pretty. So got to go check her out. But hey, we have a great guest coming on tonight. You guys are going to get to meet DeeDee. DeeDee is, I call her my fashion guru. She's you'll meet her. She's just a wealth of information and just a pleasure to be around too. I'm hoping she can find me because I don't see her trying to join, so I hope she's not having problems getting in. But that's okay, we'll just chit chat. So everybody here for a little bit, you got any questions for me while we're waiting? Otherwise I'll just keep on saying hey, happy Thursday. It's been a good day so far. Hey, how do you like my new scarf? I like this color, it looks pretty good, huh? Trying to flare it up just a little bit too. I mean, if I'm gonna be talking to DeeDee, she's my fashion guru, I gotta be looking sort of flashy too, right? So, but yeah, so, anybody get ready for, I guess, holidays? Thanksgiving's coming up in a few weeks or whatever. Then Black Friday. Is anybody find any good sales? Anything going on that, you know, we're out there and we're, you know, shopping or going to Goodwill or anything like that, you know, it's wholesale or something. Hey, any little tips we can come up with. So, hey, always willing to share that information. That's why we're here. So, oh, thank you. Love my headband. I do too. It sort of keeps straightening up. I sort of keep pushing it just to make it a little sort of, it's not all the same and sort of flat. You know, I think I have to stop making expressions. That's my problem. So, all right. Any reason to party? Name is Layla. Yes, we just decorated for fall. Oh, cool. Ready for Thanksgiving, are you? No, not ready for Thanksgiving yet. It's, but I'll tell you, finally, the fall colors here have finally started. It was sort of dull at the very beginning, but at least now the trees are finally, you know, the leaves and all are finally turning red and yellow and now falling off everywhere. So, and getting some really pretty sunsets. And that's what's really nice about the fall as well, is being able to see all that change of colors. Hey, Rhonda, how you doing? How's you doing? And Pink Diva Studio is Miss Rhonda. So, just waiting for DeeDee to get on. Hopefully she's not having trouble getting on right here, but anyway, so Layla's still enjoying the fall here a little bit too. I do like it because it's a little bit cool in the morning, which is nice. You can go outside and, you know, just a little nippy, you know, for a little sweater, light jacket, something like that. It's pretty good. So, but anyway, so what else we have to talk about? I don't know. I don't see DeeDee trying to get in here. Hopefully she's not having trouble getting in. But anyway, yeah, Chelsea. I am doing good, Rhonda. How are you doing? Oh, there's DeeDee. All right, let's see if I can get her in here. There's Kay. How are you? Okay, DeeDee, you see where it says to join? Okay, just waiting for her to click on there. So, oh, there she is. I have no doubts everybody's going to be here. It's okay, we're talking. I was talking to Layla from Any Reason to Party and Rhonda, and I see Kay's here, and yeah, so we're all good too. Let me see if I can find you then. No. Okay. So see if I can get it to you there, DeeDee.
Like, what in the
There you are.
I'm like, now I've done this a million times. What in the world is going on? Hold on, let me set this up just a little bit, guys.
I tell you, I don't know. It was and then I just thought, well, let me try for my end. So
yeah, because it was delayed. I'm like pushing the button. Anywho, how's it going?
Hey, it's going pretty good. How about with you?
Oh, it's been busy, but what else is new?
I think a lot of us say that too, right?
Yes, that's a good thing.
Yeah. Well, I was telling as everybody were coming in, hey, Posh Ruby, as everybody were coming in too, I said, well, I had to put my color on my face here, you know, with my little headband here, because I got Miss Fashion Guru coming on. I have to at least try and compete at least a little bit.
You are silly. You look great as always.
Oh, thank you. Hey, Amazing Resales. Bernie and Emma, yeah. Because just a little bit of history, just when I first met DeeDee, and I met DeeDee via Rhonda, Pink Diva Studios.
Yes.
Two awesome, awesome people. If you don't know either one of them, you have to follow them and get to know them very well. The sweetest people ever.
Thank you.
But anyway, when I met DeeDee, I just, looked at all her pictures and her clothes. I'm like, you are like my fashion guru here. I'm just like, she's so fashionable. I'm like, I'm in t-shirts and jeans every day. I'm like, I got to learn how to dress like she does.
Trust me. It's more work.
I know, but it is sort of nice when you step outside, you look sort of, like, okay, I'm all put together here. This is good.
Yeah, I agree. I like that.
Yeah, but I'm so glad to have you here. I know we chat a few times off and on with different things we do on the side, but yeah, I'm so glad to be here with you.
Right. I missed you, honestly.
Aw, thank you.
For those of you who don't know, we're in a plus size reselling group together. So I'm like, I miss you. I've been so busy, so I really haven't had time to chat.
Yeah,
so I have missed talking to you.
Same here. I know we have been. So, but we're gonna talk all about that a little bit too. I mean, we just got to do all this stuff. We're covering all the stuff we do, and that people don't realize it. Because I find out is a lot of us too do things outside of here that a lot of people don't know about. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so we've it's almost, and I'm sure a lot of people already joining us here tonight can probably say they do the same thing. You have maybe some smaller groups or bigger groups from different things that we do to help each other that really are very valuable, like this here. Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree, because I've been getting a lot of connections now as far as, oh, you're a posture, join this group, join that group. So I have been getting a lot of those lately.
Right. Let's see, some more people came in. So I see, okay, Bertie and Emma, hey there. And then Kathy from Ethical Fashion Closet, Amazing Resells. And there's Rhonda. There's Liz. How about those stitches? So yeah, glad everybody here so far. But yeah. So let me tell you, DeeDee's full of information. We're gonna have some great conversations, some tips, and just anything for everything else. Sure. But first, I'll touch on the subject we were talking about, which is your fashion attitude, your fashion style, the plus size fashion, how you just make it look so wonderful for us women that are plus size, a little more plumpier than maybe we need to be, right? Things like that. So how did you really get it? Maybe this is all you always were since you were a teenager, but is this something changed that just makes you so fashionable? And where do you find your clothes? And how do you put things together and things like that? I'm sorry I asked you 10 questions at once, but go ahead.
It's okay. I got them all.
Yeah.
So I would say my fashion inspiration came from my aunts. The very first post I put on Instagram was about my aunt and my grandmother. So they have always been like the staple of fashion in my family. Both of them were heavy, but my aunt was probably the heaviest. And she was really tall and she was just beautiful. And so for me, I always aspired to be like her as far as her sass and her style. So I would say I got a lot of that from her. As far as the poise, I got a lot of that from my grandmother. So I had two really great examples. My mother was more of a plain Jane, and I tease my best friend all the time because I'm like, you are my mother's child. So anytime we would go to church and stuff, they would automatically say, are you Pam's daughter? And I'm like, no, I'm Deb's daughter. This is Pam's daughter, and my cousin is very plain Jane too. So they would look, but I was grateful to have such great inspirations in my life. A lot of people, they have to rely on TV personnel to get that inspiration from. My aunt would literally sew her clothes. So she was a preacher. So on Sunday night, she would start getting out her patterns and she would lay it out all the way until Saturday. She would be in there steaming her clothes to get ready for church because, of course, there wasn't a whole lot of options. Right. And so, like I said, that's where a lot of my inspiration come from, just the sass. And most of my clothes are thrifted or either they're clearance. I am extremely cheap with clothes. A lot of people see me and they assume that she's very materialistic. No, I like stuff. I'm a stuff person. So I just like stuff. But my grandfather is the one who actually turned me on to thrift stores. He was known as Hollywood Henderson because he was clean. When I tell y'all he was clean, he was clean. Wow. And so I was like, where did you get all of this stuff from? The thrift store. And I have not stopped going since.
It's interesting because when I grew up too, I'm a bit older than you, Goodwill was not for any kind of thrifting. It was just something that usually is donation given to, people in need, things like that. And of course, now a lot of us have learned over the years, which is what my mother knew back when I was a kid, because she used to drive around the neighborhood, not purposely, but I think she sort of did. I'm not really sure. But then she would go and find things that people set off, like a table or whatever. Or one time she found a big painting, or she fixed something up. And I think that's where my youngest daughter gets it from. She likes going around and collecting things like that and transforms it. And, but you know, I think I remember doing that so much. I thought that I would not enjoy it doing it now. So now when I go to Goodwill, some of the thrift stores, I actually enjoy it. And I didn't realize until several years ago that they got some really nice things in there.
Yes.
You know, that it's not junk, and maybe it was 20, 30 years ago, but there's some really nice things in there that, yeah, you can get for cheap. That's just clothes for me. I'm to the point now, I almost hate paying retail for things, you know?
I do too. That's why I say I am extremely frugal with clothes. And it's not because I don't value clothes, but it's just, why would I pay full price for this when I can almost always find something just as similar in the thrift store? Exactly. And a lot of times you'll be surprised at how on trend it is, or how the trend has came back around. So you can find it just as easily.
It's so true. Fashion repeats itself. It really does. I remember growing up, I think I was a teenager when tie-dye was huge. Everybody was making tie-dye. And then it sort of faded away, and now look, it's back again. Just like there's one fashion I'm surprised it has not really come back a lot: bell bottoms. Bell-bottom jeans and pants.
I think they came back briefly. They were high-waisted though.
Yeah. So now they're getting more of the full leg, but not necessarily a full bell bottom like they used to be back in the 70s, was it? I forget now. 70s, 80s, I can't remember. But yeah, you know, so fashion repeats itself. So if you take your family's clothes and just hang on to them, they'll come back in fashion.
I wish I could. I have some of my grandmother things though, especially like her brooches. So I, you know, a lot of her accessories. I kept a lot of her accessories. So I do even thrift accessories. And so I saw somebody say they never pay full price. For me, it is tremendously hard to pay full price for anything. And honestly, a lot of times when I buy stuff, I'm already like, okay, I'm going to relist this. So I had a video Sunday where I just talked about my basics, and literally that's really all I have in my closet now is basic pieces. I no longer keep like trendy things, of course, because the fads change so fast. Yeah, very true. And you can mix and match so much nowadays. It used to be that, what was it, like your jacket always had to be longer than your blouse. Remember that? Now it's sort of the opposite. So many rules.
Yeah, you know, now you can wear the really short, like a little bolero type of jacket over a longer blouse or whatever, and it just looks so cute. It works, you know. Nowadays, you put together whatever looks good on you, you know.
Yeah, we've thrown out all the rules now, because it's like even mixing patterns and stuff, you know. So that's what I think I really enjoy about the thrift store is so many unique pieces. And I like the fact that when I go in there, I can find something, I don't have to worry about somebody else wearing it. So that's another part that I love about it.
You know, that's a really good point. I hadn't thought about that. That, yeah, if you're looking for something unique, if you go in the thrift store, yeah, you're not buying something off the rack that 100 other people have already bought too across the country. That's a good point.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, and then of course you're finding things that somebody may have had in their house for 10 years and finally donated.
Or estate sales. I think a lot of it is estate sale stuff that people really just like get rid of it. And so that's what I've come across. But even here in Texas, I find a lot of plus size clothing. And I know that's one thing that has been extremely rare or hard to do is in certain areas, there's not like a surplus of plus size clothing. And so when I travel, I always shop. So regardless of where I go. And so in California, there was not a lot of plus size. And so that was kind of like my mission and my aha moment, like making sure that I'm putting out quality plus size stuff. Even if I am reselling it, making sure that it's still quality and something that I would want to wear. And so I get a lot of comments like, oh my God, your stuff is in such great condition. And so I just want to make sure that we are mindful as resellers of the quality, especially with plus size clothing, because it's so scarce nowadays, especially like I say, professional workwear. You can find like the Forever 21 stuff, but as far as like career stuff, it's hard to come by. True.
Yeah, I agree. And you mentioned about estate sales. I love going to a really good estate sale. You always got to hit the closets, whether it's men's, women's, whatever, and sometimes, and even like linens and things like that. I know it's not so fashionable, but there are so many things that you can find, whether it's for yourself or to resell. Sometimes whoever's handling the estate sale, they charge a little bit too much, and I'll walk away because I'll say that's a shame. But maybe I'll go back if it's special enough. But yeah,
I
that's
go on the last day.
sometimes I'll go maybe the
I
second
go the
last
last
day.
day.
See what I can clean out.
They're like, just take it. I'm ready to get rid of it. So that's
Yeah.
normally what I do. I normally go an hour to 2 hours before they close.
Yep.
And I just rack up because the people are like, I just want it out of
Get
here.
rid of it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's like I see some people who have like their garage sales or something, not so much recently, but after the garage sale's over, I'll see them put like on Nextdoor or Neighbor, one of those posts saying, hey, I got all this stuff left over, come and take it away. And I'm sure that it's gone probably within 5 minutes, or something like that.
I'm not going to tell my secret, but I ask, do they want to donate stuff? And people a lot of times will donate to me because they don't want to deal with the hassle of having to drop it off. And they like the fact that I'm coming and picking it up. And so one of my coworkers was like, don't you feel bad? I was like, no, Goodwill sells it. Why would I feel bad?
That's right.
Considering that now, again, if it's something that I don't want for whatever reason, I do donate that. But I'm glad that you mentioned that because I do go on there a lot of times and just say, hey, is there anything that you want to donate or get rid of? Now, I'm not going to be misleading like, oh, I just need it. But a lot of times they're just wanting to purge their closet. So they will definitely give it away.
We had a big community sale around here probably about a month ago, and it usually happens once a year. And somebody posts on the community, say, hey, listen, I'm looking to, for donations. I do resell, I donate, I do different things with what I'm looking to collect. A very nice ad, we put it in there very nicely. Somebody says, well, what are you going to do? Double the price and sell it on Poshmark and Mercari? Well, I don't know who these are. My neighbors. I've never met them before, but I spoke up. I say, and that's okay if she does, because you know what? She's looking to make a living by reselling items that are perfectly fine. Either that or you give them away, one or the other. So what she's doing perfectly fine, and we should all support her. Boy, I got a lot of messages back from people, neighbors say, I got things you want to pick up. I said, well, this is her message. I don't want to jump on her message. I didn't do that. I was nice about it. I said, no, this was her message. I'm not going to try and take it away from her. But there are people that just want to throw that extra little negativity in there. And I just said, well, I don't know who it was. I wasn't going to put up with that stuff.
Well, I was already equipped. I'm like, some of these nonprofits, their CEOs make more than I will selling anything on Poshmark. So, think twice about that, because when you give to a nonprofit, it doesn't mean that they don't profit off of it,
Well, and that's a misnomer in a way. A nonprofit, yes, meaning, as you and I know, a nonprofit means they're not paying certain taxes because they're nonprofit. Depending on what it is, right? But I've worked for many nonprofit organizations, but their main goal is to still make a profit because they still have to function.
For sure.
Profit. It's just their tax status is all it is. And I get it. It's okay, but let's see. I'm gonna catch up on whoever came in. So we got Rhonda and I see Trish. We got trying to catch up. So the scrolling part got away from me, guys. So sorry about that.
I'm bad at it.
Yeah. And Sarah joined us, St. Fiona. Yeah, and there's Liz. Okay, Liz says, I wait until the end of the yard sales when it starts to get hot. There you go.
That's what I do. I wait till the end.
And Rhonda says, love good porch pickup. Yep. Trish never done porch pickups. I haven't either, but I'm going to have to maybe start checking.
Really?
I never.
And I'm like I think you said your granddaughter. I love to go around, like I know trash day in my area. I know it's bad, guys. And I look for the trash and I'm kind of like, what do they have out? But I'm not the only one. There's a lot of people who do it because we'll constantly pass each other. So I do look to see what they're giving away.
Yeah.
Or throwing away.
Yeah, it is fun. But so I haven't done any porch pickups, mostly because I've been dealing with some other stuff too. So I haven't had time, to go out there and pick up stuff and everything. But yeah. So hey, those are our tips for as far as going to garage sales and asking people in the middle of the day, hey, are you looking to donate your stuff at the end of the day?
Right.
I say, mind if I come back? Sure. Leave it on the porch. I'll be back.
Like that. Now that's a good one there.
Yeah, because more than likely, especially if they're starting out with their clothes pretty high, which what people do. So, I always say it's one thing I taught my kids. What's the worst thing can happen is they can say no. Right?
That's it.
Yep. And you say, okay, great, no problem. Thank you so much for listening to me, and then leave.
Yeah. That's all you can do. Look at Rhonda laughing out loud.
Oh, Liz, now come on, you're not too much of a chicken. I know you can do it. You got gumption too.
Yep.
Anyway, yeah. So, well, that's good. So now we just talked about a whole bunch of stuff here. So, but I love your hair.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're always so different. Every time I see you, like
it changes frequently.
Yeah. That's what's nice about having, what do you call it, fake hair? Wigs?
Yeah, a wig. We call it a wig. That's what it is.
I know, so
Yeah.
good. So let me see. So the other thing that I know DeeDee for, she taught me this one program, and it's all to do with social media. Now, she's a big marketing person and social media, and she's taught me so much. You know, she really has. So I don't know what to ask you would be like the first tip that you could really give somebody. I can tell them what some things you did for me. Okay, let's start with, okay, is one thing, and I forget which conversation it was we were having, and she told me about a program called Later. Now, several of you have probably heard of the program Later, where you can actually, because I was looking for a program where I could, you know, get my post ready ahead of time and it would automatically post for me, right? Because I knew that they were out there. I just didn't know which ones, right? So she talked to me about this one called Later. Well, let me tell you, it can totally transform you guys, okay? It has been a wonderful. There's plenty of them out there, and some are good, some are not so good, some are free, some aren't. You just got to go in there and check them out or whatever. But and tell me, because you had tried some other ones and you tried that one too. So where are you at in your status as far as
Constant Contact has something similar. Where it's called automations, and so they have it for a number of different things. You can do it for email blasts, all the way down to your social media. And so I tried Monday, I tried Constant Contact, and I tried Later. And so for me, I was looking for something that was user friendly and easy to use. And the other two, they were just not as user friendly. Later was just right to the point. I also liked some of the built-in features that they had. So for me, that was like kind of like a no-brainer again. And that's the one that I ended up going with. But again, they do have a ton of them. So we're not like, this isn't an ad for Later, but that's the one we chose. It just works. Like it just
that's what we're using for right now. That's
Yeah.
this month. Next month, maybe something else.
It might change, exactly, because the automations change so much. Because even now Canva's doing it, the automations, where they're offering it. I think with like their premium, they're offering it. So like their pro. So like I say, it changes. It just depends on what your needs are. Because I think Later, like in their regular subscription, you can't do video. So it really just depends on, you know, what you're using it for and what platform as well.
Yeah, because even since you introduced it to me, it's actually changed on different capabilities that it's able to do. So I think they're just trying to keep up with the times and what people like us want to be able to do with it. Like I was looking the other day to put together a carousel, and I said, I don't think it could do a carousel yet on Later.
Not on the free version. I think you can do it, but not on the free version. Okay. And I'm like, that changed because at first you could. So I think what they do is they shop the competition. Just like as a reseller, we shop the competition. So they want to know what everyone's free version is doing. And then they try to match that and maybe add one or two little things on it. But now that everybody's free versions have kind of skimmed down, they're like, oh, well, we're taking this component away to get us to buy into it.
Yeah. Yeah. So when I do a carousel, I just post it myself.
Me too. That's all I do. Or either I go ahead and put it in drafts. So that's another thing you can do is just go ahead and set it up to be a draft, and I'm done with it. Yeah.
True. It's like, you know, when I set up all my posts and everything, because I do a lot in Canva. So Canva is my number one thing that I use. I use Adobe Spark too, but not very often. Not as much. So mostly everything in Canva, and even Canva does a lot more than I keep discovering myself too. You know, like you can make vector files. You know, SVG.
And transparent backgrounds.
I literally just found that out like 2 days ago.
Yes.
That's a whole nother conversation. We'll have that another time.
You know, I love all of that.
Yeah, because I do digital sales on Etsy, and I'm trying to expand. I said, I did not know that Canva did.
I thought we said that last Zoom we had. I was like, you know, they have all of that on there.
I guess
even when you were talking about the white backgrounds, I was like, they do all of that. And it's really good for it to be like Canva. Yeah. So their white background was really impressive because I've done it a couple times. You know, I guess some of them you have to go in and really clean up a lot, but that one, the first whoop is like really good. So I was very impressed with it. Yeah. So I was playing with that. So when I was making something up, I said, well, let me save it as a you know, as an SVG file. And I just, of course, I don't have the way to open it up, so I can't open it up because I think you need Adobe Illustrator or something like that to be able to open it up, which I don't have. And but at least I was able to do it, make it transparent and do all that, which I thought was really neat. I said, cool, okay, now that you're reminding me too, I know that. I said, okay, I'll have that for the future as I'm trying to do that because SVG files are big sellers, especially on Etsy too. So
Anyway, we get sidetracked so much, but yeah, but there's just so much that you can do with just all these different programs. Don't be married to just one, guys. You know, try out different ones. If you
Exactly.
try for a while, like, you know, we talked about later, that's what I'm using now, but you know what, next month I might be using something different, or I might still be using later and another one, because I think later it only lets you do like 30 posts for the month. So if you're doing like a couple
Yes.
per day, you're going to use that 30 up pretty quickly, you know.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
So,
then you can only go back like 2 weeks. So like you say, it's about researching. And I also love like the communities, because they're always like, oh, well, you can do this one or you can do that one. So it's constantly like we're all sharing our information and networking. And that has really been helpful, because you even showed me how to post on Instagram on a desktop.
I know.
So,
He showed you
yeah,
something.
you
I was
taught me
impressed.
that.
Yeah,
I
if
was
anybody,
like, oh my God.
I know if anybody's know how to, maybe I can make a little video like that. Yeah, just I Googled it, and that's how I learned how. So have you been able to do it though?
Yeah, all
It
the
worked
time.
great,
It
right?
saves my life.
It makes it so much easier. I mean, granted, we live on your phone when we post for things like that too. But when I finally did, and it actually worked, I was like, this is perfect. You know.
Somebody said, what's on desktop? So I did not know that there was a way that you can like post on Instagram from your desktop. And of course, the one and only, she showed me how to do it. And so I was so happy, because a lot of times I have to put it on my phone and then I have to upload it. Like you said, from Canva, because I'm more of a Canva desktop person. Some people do it on their phones. I need it on a desktop. And so I would have to keep importing all that information and then uploading it. But now I can do it directly from my desktop. Now I can't remember how to tell nobody else to do it, but I know how to do it when I need to do it.
Yeah. What I'll do, guys, I'll make a short little video someday soon, and I'll just show you, because literally it is probably 3 to 4 steps to do it. I know that when I do one of the steps, because I don't know why my Google Chrome, sometimes it will actually shut down the Chrome page, and I have to start over again. And it has to do with when I'm trying to put the photo on there. I don't know why it does that. And it's not just when I'm trying to do that. It's also just other things. So it's something with my Chrome on my computer. But no biggie. You know, I can still go in there and fix it, and I still can upload onto Instagram with my computer. It's sweet.
It is nice, especially for like videos and stuff like that. So I really enjoy that. So you're gonna have to share that. I'm not gonna tell them how to do it then. I'm gonna let you share that little nugget, because that's yours.
I'll make a little video sometime soon. A little reel. I'll do a little reel.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Talking about reels, I mean, I remember my first reel I did, it took me like, I don't know, I felt like it was like 5 hours to make it. But like, I was going back and forth, erase and delete and do it again. And now you can go in there and just make a reel up, like, okay, I'm done. That's a good one.
Somebody actually posted something the other day, and it was really good that I needed to hear, was stop overthinking your content.
Yes.
Like, stop overthinking it. I always say that to Rhonda, and I'll say it again 100 more times. Like, literally just show what you do in the day to day, because it can be so entertaining to other people, especially people who are stuck in the house, like, you know, and it's relatable. So just stop overthinking it and just showcase what you do. Like, that's what 95% of those reels are. People literally just cooking and doing stuff that they would normally do on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, that's true. I say that to myself. Everybody say it as well. And I said, yeah, I got to do that. But then I think during the day, I'm busy just doing whatever I'm doing. Or right now, I just be sitting on the sofa like this, you know, watching a TV show or something like that. And I'm just like, yeah, okay, then I want to see me looking like this.
Yes, I would. Like, this is how I am feeling, because it's relatable, and it's your life.
Yeah.
And so that's what I've just started doing.
Yeah, maybe I will start doing that. Say, hey, here I am just watching TV. Here I am. Who wants to see the, you know? Oh, look here, I get a zit, you know? What do I do with it?
That's real life, because I got one up here. I'm covering it up.
You got there covered up, I know. So, but yeah, I guess, yeah. Just, you know, but a lot of times I just sort of forget about it. But yeah, you make a good point. I do have to remind myself, sometimes just pop the phone on and just make a little, you know, 15, 30-second little reel or whatever, and just pop it on there. And people, yeah, it's true. People love that, you know?
Somebody's talking about, do we use TikTok on here? And I don't use TikTok. I can't speak for you, but I know I do not use TikTok at all.
I am not a TikTok person. I never was into TikTok. But now that Reels is here, I'm like, I'm fine with that. I'm not going to probably go back.
I love TikTok, but when I first got it, I kind of did the same thing you did. I overthought it, and I was like, what do I want to do? Because I had done so much research, and it was like when Kylie Jenner got on TikTok, it was like everybody wanted it. And so I was like, this is where the money is. But I just couldn't find my niche. And so when it came to Reels, I was just like, oh my God, this was so easy. I should have stuck with it. So they also have it where you can pre-record your videos and then upload it to the Reels too. So the only thing is you won't be able to use like their special effects. So I do that sometimes, like how I had the Bossy one yesterday. That was like some old video from somewhere, but I just added the music to it, and you can just add whatever context you want to add to it. So that's a good one too. Some of your old videos, you can just throw it on there.
Yeah, I've done both ways too, and I do like both. So Fiona says it definitely adds some joy during these times to know people are still normal. Okay. That's very sweet. Do people really want to know what my normal life is these days? I'm not really sure if you want to know that. I mean, I've alluded to that on some of my posts or whatever. It's why I wear scarves nowadays, you know. But well, I still have some hair left, you know, but not much. But I got tucked up now. But oh yeah, next week I'll be bald, but that's okay.
Look, as long as you're here.
I'm here, and I'm doing good. That's right.
I have some wigs for you.
There we go. Just ship them on over. You know what? Just like you, I'll put it on. It's like, okay, now we're twins. Can't you tell?
Yep.
Let's see. Through to my beach. I do that. I can add music too. Yeah. I like how you can do the Reels both ways. Yeah,
I do too.
Yeah. So it gives you a little bit of fun time. And so I've got a little bit of both on some of my posts and all too. Yes, since my Instagram took the music off. I've heard that from some people take the Instagram off. I've never had a problem with it, knock on wood.
I have. When you do business account, for some reason, it does that. And I think it's more of like a copyright issue. But I heard from a little birdie that if you email them, they'll put it back. I'm not going to call the person out who told me, but I did because mine had went away too. And so I just called them. But in the event that you can't do that, I just play music on my phone and record whatever I want.
Yeah.
So that's the way around everything. I have so many sneaky ways around Instagram.
You do, man. Okay, so email them, guys, okay? Yeah, because I always heard go back from creator to business. If you don't have for one, go to creator and all. And I guess I knocked on wood because I've always had it. And I guess when I opened up this account, because Instagram, I had my personal Instagram and then this one, that I guess I thought I opened it as a business account. Maybe I chose creator. I really don't know. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna leave well enough alone. It's perfectly fine.
Yeah, if as long as it's working, leave it alone. Because like I say, for business, I had it for a while, and then once I started using it more, and again, they took away a lot of features, especially if you're like a micro influencer. They won't even let you do like the paid promotions and stuff. So they are constantly changing things. So it could be that when they first did it, they were able to do it, and now they're kind of taking that away from businesses.
Well, just how quickly they're changing. So my last live, I do, once a week I do a live. So just that last week, they changed all the buttons on my screen. So when I went to my phone today, I'm like, wait a second, where's my button? Now I knew I could swipe to the right and it would open up this screen. But I went and I just said, okay, there's got to be a button here I'm pushing somewhere. And I couldn't find the right button to whatever to get me on, to this here. So I just swiped right. But I'm like, boy, it is changing every day.
Yeah, they're changing left and right. So it's just hard. That's why like social media is just constantly evolving. So you kind of always have to keep your nose in it so that way you stay fresh. Because if you miss a beat, it's like, oh my God, where am I going now? Yeah,
and that was just a week. But I noticed one of the changes. I saw it before, then disappeared, and I saw it back just now. On the bottom of the screen, they have like a little suitcase or a little shopping bag. So now it's making it easier for people to open up their shops. So I haven't done that yet, so I got to check into that as far as opening up a shop to put things on there as well, to see if I'm
trying to think. I think with those shops, you had to have a text ID number. I think that, and you also had to be tied to a Facebook page. So they do a lot of like Facebook and Instagram. So that's the only thing that I don't like is it deters me because it has to always be linked to either like a business page or something like that. And so for me, I'm just like, I don't want to deal with the headache, but I love the concept of you literally being able to shop, right on your fingertip. I love that.
Yeah. Cause when I was scrolling through it, waiting to get on, and I noticed all the new things, and I scrolled through and I said, oh, well, I know all these different, closets or actually, Instagram handles and whatever. So I click on them. And of course, each one you click was just one item. So I guess it would come up as like, if you have 10 items, maybe you're If handle will come 10 times for things you're trying to list on there. So I thought was really, really easy. So they're trying to get to the resale game as well, which is, hey, more power to you, right? If you
Can you send me some of them?
Oh, you mean what I saw on my screen?
Yeah, some of the people, just because maybe we can ask them. I think it's always better when I can ask firsthand as opposed to me speculating. But like I say, and again, that was probably like 2 months ago. So who knows what has changed in 2 months?
Yeah.
Because a lot of the analytics has changed, especially with the election. And so I've just been so frustrated because I was doing really good, especially with my insight and being visible. And now they've changed a lot of that, especially with like the stories and stuff. I don't know if anybody else has noticed, but like your views have tremendously gone down, and as far as like your engagement, and it's because they have a lot of hours muted because we don't have such a huge following. If you have like over 10,000 people, you probably don't have a lot of these issues. But anybody who's under 10,000, you probably have noticed like the likes have really slowed down because they've suppressed the recent tab, and it's only like the top ones.
Yeah, it has, but you know what? That's a short period of time. It'll go away. And
it'll go back up for sure. And that's the main thing. I'm hopeful that it'll go back up, but I think that it does still make it frustrating, especially right now when it's about to be a busy time.
Yeah, that'll change. It'll go back in. It's a busy time, and we just all got to find our ways to get in there and just promote our business, to be able to do what we're doing. And we're all here to be resellers in whatever fashion or whatever products we do at whatever platform. I think if we asked everybody, we would all find out we were selling on maybe 15 different platforms. So it's interesting. It seems like a new one's popping up all the time. There's always a hot topic, then there's always something new coming up, and then there's always the ones that are always your tried and true type of platform. And that's just life, right? That's how it is, So I think ThreadUp was the hot topic this week, and next week it'll be something else.
Really? Yeah, I've heard a lot of people been trying ThreadUp. I haven't tried it yet.
I got things on ThreadUp, and they're changing the rules here and there, and so it's upset a lot of people and this and that. So it could be good, it could be bad. Depends what you want to do with it. That's just a personal choice, if you like it or not. It depends what you want to do with it. I think what it is, when they started out as like an online thrift thing where you would send clothes in, and so many people now are just sending more and more and more stuff in, which is great business for them because they were setting themselves up for an IPO anyway. They're wanting to, I forget who they're going to merge with and set up for an IPO, which is like, well, great. You can do that, doing something right, so you've been building enough, so that's really, really good for you. So, they set up different rules, and that's just business. That happens.
Yeah, for sure. Right. It's going to happen as they evolve.
Right. So I don't think they're trying to be mad at anybody or do anything bad. Sometimes you got to control costs, as we all do. We want to buy those things for a few dollars and then sell them for $500, right? Which,
especially in uncertain times right now, I think the economy has made everybody look at their business practices a lot different. Definitely. Even for me as a reseller, I look at like, what am I spending for this garment? What am I going to recruit? So a lot of that stuff now is more serious than it was before.
Right. And I know a lot of us are doing haul videos. I've done a couple, and I want to do some more. But so I made a post, I guess about a month or so ago. It's like, wherever you're going to go thrifting, wherever it is, whether it's your porch pickups or Goodwill, wherever you're going to go to, I think what's hurt us is that a lot of us made videos saying, hey, I got this for $1 and I sold it for $35. So a lot of these stores are watching and saying, well, we can't sell these things for $1, then we got to sell it for $10, and things like that. And I think that hurts them, but it also hurts us as well, because we're not out there buying things as much as we used to as well.
Yeah.
So we sort of have ourselves to blame a little bit for that.
I think it has been a combination of both. I know with Goodwill, they changed it. I think anything now worth over a certain price point, they actually send it online.
Yeah.
And so that hurt a lot of resellers. And this was probably like almost a year and a half ago. Yeah. And I know a lot of people, especially resellers, were complaining about it because we didn't get those big ticket items for low price. Right. And so now they've gotten wind of that. And then, like you said, just with COVID, I've noticed how the prices have really skyrocketed for a lot of items. Like sometimes I go on Goodwill and I'm like, Goodwill, are y'all crazy? Yeah. And it's not just them, it's a lot of them. So I don't want to just say Goodwill, but a lot of thrift stores that I'll frequent, the prices have went up. And like you say, that's just because they have to make ends meet now. And then so many people are starting to resell and make that profit.
Yeah, and then when you look at that, you can say for these, we'll just say thrift stores, because a lot of times they're mom and pop stores. that would they rather sell 100 items a day at $3 each, with $300 cash coming in, and they're paying out whatever their commission could be, 15%, 20%, depends on their contract? Or would you rather sell a couple items where you're selling maybe $400, but if you're assignment, you're paying 40% back? Where are you really making more money?
Exactly.
And, you're probably making more money selling for cheaper items because you're moving more. The more inventory you have that you're moving, the less you're going to have stuck in your store, too cluttered to people.
And I've noticed those stores have been packed too. That's another thing I've noticed, is they have been like so packed. It's because they're charging so much now.
Right. Well, that's even just like for me sometimes, I'll get a lot of lowball offers. I will always counter offer. I've never ever declined an offer, but I always counter offer. But if they continue to counter offer low, I will still counter offer with the whatever regular amount. I will always come down. I always want to be, a good steward, but I also know I have to make money too. But I also want to know what it's like to be a buyer as well. So
you better than me. I will.
You decline.
I'm not entertaining it. I'll go back one time with you, and if you come back with something crazy, I'm not going to decline it, because they do say that mess up the algorithm. So I don't decline anything. And y'all, I'm not being mean. I'm really like so practical, and I'm probably too kind-hearted on there. But some stuff is just like, you want a $40 top for $3. Like, I can't do it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean that's And I have also
reasonable.
Right. That is a little insulting. And I'll just come back with, let's say I listed $4, they're offering me $3. I'll say, okay, that's an insult. So I'll go back, it's okay, 38. So I'll drop down a couple bucks and that's it. And if they keep pushing me up, then I start going back up. I don't go back to 40. 38's gone. Yeah, I'm back to 40 again,
That's Scorpio.
To me, I have always been someone who loves to barter. I love it. I've always done that. I think it's a lot of fun. I don't take it as an insult if somebody wants to lowball me or whatever, because you know what? I've lowballed people too out in the garage sales and stuff like that. Sometimes I got away with it. Sometimes I didn't. So I get it. It's a game.
I think it's different when it's a posture. Like, if it's somebody who's reselling, I think that's what matters to me. And again, I have people who shop with me more than once. So I'm going to give them a discount. But if I go to your closet and everything in your closet is $80 to $100 and you're wanting to buy something for $5, I think that's where it comes in. So let me be clear. I don't really do that when I go and I can see that they're actually not a posture. They're not reselling. They are literally shopping. You can read their comments and they shop a lot. So those are not the people I'm referring to, but I'm referring more so to people who are resellers, and then they come in and give you a lowball offer.
Yeah, I had somebody actually make a bundle. This is many, many months ago. Made a bundle of 9, 10 things, whatever it was. And it was coming out to, I'm going to throw a number, I don't remember exactly. Let's say $300. They offered me $150. I'm like, no. I put it at 300. I didn't even come down. I counter offered by back. I could tell that they had their own. They're looking to buy my stuff to resell.
And that's what some people do. So you just have to be leery. And like I said, I always try to trust my gut, because it's not a one size fit all type of situation, but I do just try to trust my gut. And before I go back and forth with somebody, it's still customer service. So you still want to keep that in mind too. So if I know I don't have anything nice to say, I just let it go. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a game, but that's okay. Like I said, I don't take an insult to it. I'm smart enough to know what they're doing, and if it's something I just want to get rid of, no, I'm not gonna let you pay $3 something. I'm not gonna. Yeah. Depends on what it is, but yeah, I'll still come down. It's no big deal. It's like, but I have found out lately that if they really want it, I will counter offer, but I may not hear from them for another day or two. They'll come back. They'll come back more. So I went down $10 and they came up $10. I'm like, okay, I'm good. That was my price, what I wanted to sell it for anyway. So it's all right.
And that's how I am too. So I agree with you on that, because I literally had somebody do that yesterday. They gave me an offer and then they left, and they came back. I was like, I guess they really wanted this.
Yeah. Kay says she's a low baller too. And then Rhonda says, exactly, I will cut it off and relist it. Yeah, and that's the other thing too, is for those that are relisting everything every week, there's not a whole lot of chance for people to really be able to do a lot of wheeling and dealing, because it's like, no, now you're going to start all over again, because now you've relisted the whole thing. So.
Well, I'll do that. I have a magic number in my head. So once it gets to a certain amount of likes and nobody's biting off, I've sent out really good offers, then I'll relist it.
Yeah, I've done that too. If I know it's been sitting around for a while, and I still have a lot of things in my closet that are old too, is I'll send out a 20% discount,
Mhm.
and then either a discounted shipping or free, depending upon the amount and of the bundle or whatever.
Mhm.
Really trying to entice them to, God, just help me clear out my stuff. It's okay.
Yeah. Like,
Willing to
help me out.
Yeah, so that's good. But marketing. So how would you suggest that we market ourselves of all these things we're talking about? What is your top two things tips you can give for us?
Um, I would say one is branding. I've been preaching that for the last month or so is just being easily identified, making sure that people know that you are a brand. And then my second thing is going to be customer service.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I'm really big on customer service because that's what I expect. And you'll notice most of the high quality businesses, they have awesome customer service. You know, you look at Target, you look at Chick-fil-A, you look at these other places like that people literally patronize on a regular, is because they have such great customer service. So those two things are my number one go-to, is making sure that you have something that identifies your brand, whether it's a logo, a saying, a picture, anything. You just need to make sure that you have something that identifies your brand and your business. And then also remember customer service.
Yeah, customer service is, I agree with you, extremely important. Yeah, and I remember back when I lived in Virginia and we were trying to work with the health system and we were trying to improve our customer service to patients and all. And where did we all go meet? We all met at Chick-fil-A for lunch.
Yep.
And we would sit there and we would watch them and we listened to them and we listened to how they talked to their customers and how they treated each other and what they did went above and beyond your normal customer service that you would get somewhere. And that right there taught us a lot because they're all cheerful, they're all nice, they're all upbeat and everything. And it's true. It is so true. You know, whether it's just a short little message, thank you so much, or have a great day, or whatever it may be, it does go a long way. It really
It
does.
does. And sometimes it's hard, so I don't want to say it's easy. I've had instances where I've gotten like 3 stars on something. I'm like, I should have got a 5, but I'll say, hey, I noticed I didn't earn a 5-star. Please let me know what I can do better next time to serve you. And I just say, again, thank you so much. You're valued, or something like that. But, sometimes it's hard to do that, but you don't want to leave that relationship on a bad note. So
Right.
That's what I mean. It's not necessarily admitting that you are wrong, but it's just saying, hey, I noticed that you weren't satisfied, and I just want you to know I appreciate your sale regardless.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like I say, just making sure that you're well-rounded in all of your marketing efforts.
Right. Crystal says she messages the buyer and tells them that her counter is the lowest that she can go. They'll either accept or go away. Okay.
I like that.
Yeah. That's like a special message. I know when I offer, I go through bundles more so than offer to likers because I can get that little message to them.
Yeah.
And I send them a little bit in cases, yes, Chick-fil-A is different. Yeah, they are.
Yeah, I like Zapatos. They are another really good company, in Google. So a lot of my customer service approaches are through them. I studied them a lot when I was in grad school. And so I just really like how they deal with their customers and how they deal with their employees.
Yeah, which place is this? I didn't catch the name.
Zapatos, the shoe company, and Google. So of course, Google, they told their employees they can work from home indefinitely at this point. So I like those types of organizations, and it really helped me as far as my customer service. And you can see the difference because I plan to have employees, so I can see the difference with my employees as well as what they put out. And I think customer service, as far as Chick-fil-A, like they love on their employees, and you can tell.
Mm-hmm.
You can definitely tell.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been an employee and I've had employees, so I understand what it is on both sides. And a lot of it is just showing appreciation for them, just showing that that you're glad that they're there every day and that they're doing a good job. I mean, not every day, you might have to talk with them, but yeah, we just all got to work together and try and make the best. We all have a job to do, right?
For sure.
We just got to make the best of it, no matter what it is. We all wake up. Thank goodness we all wake up every day. That's our first blessing.
Yes.
And then we can have a good day from there, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. So one thing, I know we got about 10 minutes left. So other things we can talk about. So now tell me about your Plush and Posh group. You are a founder with Rhonda, right?
Yes. So Plush and Posh was founded by Rhonda, the Pink Diva Studio. She kind of huddled us all up and kind of talked about her idea and her vision, and we were all able to collaborate and come up with this wonderful plus size reselling group. We have recently moved to Instagram, and so you guys are welcome to follow us. And we just are, going through our journeys as being plus size, and also, teaching people about the art of reselling. So, I've just enjoyed it so far. I've had opportunities to meet and network with different people, and just to learn so much. I think that's what I have enjoyed the most, is because I'm really still fairly new. I haven't even been reselling for a whole year. And so for me, I've had the opportunity to learn so much.
Yeah, I agree with you on that too. Plus, it's the plus size woman, if you're looking at medical things, I always hear from a doctor, you got to lose some weight. Okay, I got that. All right. But in the meantime, though, we still want to look good. We still want to feel good. We all like that. So plus size women, which I didn't know until like last year that size 14 is plus size. That just about threw me off the ladder, though.
Yes.
But, but into whatever, size someone goes, whatever, is such a huge market. Huge,
Yeah.
And
it's over, I think, 80% of all women, because it's actually a 14 now.
Mhm.
Size 14 and up is considered plus size.
Yeah.
And in a lot of stores, like Ashley Stewart does, a 12.
Yep.
But considered, by the doctor, is normally like a 12, 14, depends on your weight. And so now the options are just endless. I would say it's endless until you maybe like a 22. So anywhere between a 12 and a 22, you have a plethora of options.
Mhm.
Once you get towards that 22 on down, they kind of slim down for you.
Oh, I
would say somebody's messaging.
Yeah. Well, Kay says, what's the Instagram name? And Rhonda put Plush and Posh Group on Instagram. Yeah, go check it out. You'll notice it's still the pink square, pink background, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you'll notice it's a bright pink. You can't miss it because the Pink Diva Studio wanted it pink. Makes sense, right? That's why she likes. It's her favorite color. Hey, can you blame her?
I like pink too, so I'm probably not the best. I was like, yes, pink.
Yeah. So check her out, Plush and Posh Group. We're all on there. So we just moved to Instagram last week. It was on Facebook.
Yes.
Group, building that up, and and now we're on Instagram. And I because I'm on Instagram so much, I found some little challenge sometimes. Oh yes, I got to go to Facebook. I forget about Facebook sometimes.
I know, and I told Rhonda that I was like, I think because at first I was very opposed to it being on Instagram. I'll be honest, and then I started thinking, I'm like, I'm always on Instagram, and then I think Rhonda was like, yeah, and everybody else was like, yeah, it would make more sense. And so, I think this is going to be really fun to bring a lot of our content to Instagram, and it also gives us an opportunity to network with so many other people and them not feel conformed to a group.
Absolutely. Yeah, because, a lot of us are on there anyway. I don't live on Instagram. I'll pop in and all throughout the day, but I'm on there probably a good 2 to 3 times a day where I'll scroll, I'll comment, I'll, whatever, I'll post my own things, and I will do all of that. And I share a lot of things, the stories from people. If I have something nice to see or somebody saying, like, I just saw TKO Boutique just hop on. Hey there.
Hi.
And, and I was watching her things that she's making as well. I said, I got to share that because my sister and my daughter make things like she's got as well. So I feel for her, and it's all wonderful stuff. So I like to promote people that do things.
I do too.
And when I see something, a good tip, or I see something somebody's trying to sell or whatever, I'm there to try and promote them and help them. Of course, I'll promote myself too, but we have got to make sure we don't forget about ourselves. That's number one. But I appreciate someone who really puts in hard work and they're really trying to make something, good. And that's one reason why I like Etsy as well, because it is for a lot of homemade things that people like. And yeah. So Kay says, great, we'll follow. Very good live, ladies. Thank you. TK, thanks. So yes, I do that. So we got the Plush and Posh on Instagram. Definitely got to come check that out, ladies.
Yes, gotta check us out.
Yeah, DeeDee has her own YouTube channel.
Yes, please make sure you check me out on YouTube. The content is still developing, but it's mainly just talking about, plus size women, some of the struggles we go through. I would say it's more personal than my Instagram. My Instagram is more fashion and resale tip centered. My YouTube is more personal. So you kind of get to know the person behind the name, if that makes sense. So check me out on YouTube, The Diva of Curve, Texas.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah. I like that. There's a little bit of changes. Sometimes, like we were talking earlier, would just take your life throughout the day. Think to myself, what would people really want to see about me? So, hey, asking the group here, what would you want to see about me? Just send me a message or whatever,
You asking me? I want to see.
That's right. So, but you got your Instagram. You got, now for me, I'm here on Instagram. So every Thursday night we do this. Also on every Thursday night, I also have a Growpreneur group. So if people are interested in learning about that, send me a message. We're inviting new members all the time. Several of us get together, and we literally have certain topics each week that we talk about, and we're there to share the wealth of knowledge and help to teach each other and get better. So it's a smaller group. It's a private group and all. So send me a message if you're interested in joining that. That's every Thursday at 7:30 Central. So it's almost like right after we're just sort of done here. And I just love it. It's just so good. The knowledge and things I learn is wonderful. It's like your YouTube. I apologize. I haven't watched it because I know you just started doing that. So I can do that.
Okay.
Someday I will as well. I will have it there, just not yet. I've got too many things on my plate right now.
Yeah.
So I will take care of that. But yeah, I mean, guys, we're here to help and join and have fun, and just send us messages and all.
Yes, I love getting messages.
Good. Yeah, let us know. Yep. Do you want to put down the Diva Curves Texas YouTube channel? Check it out.
Thank you.
Yeah. If anybody else has the YouTube channels or anything else you want us to market, hey, let me know. I'll bring you on live. Anybody wants to go live with me, hey, every Thursday, send me a message.
Every Thursday. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I wanted to say thank you. Because I'm sure you have plenty of people you could choose from. So thank you for the opportunity, and thank you for the time.
Well, thank you. And I have Rhonda to thank for meeting you. So thank you, Rhonda, for bringing us all together. That's been wonderful. I really appreciate it. And see, you never know who you are going to meet.
For sure.
Via someone else. So that's why don't turn your cheek away for someone you think that isn't going to be there that might be good for you. No, everybody's good for you. Just one facet or another, someone in your life, So thank you.
You don't make me cry. Get off of here.
Well, that's how I am. I'm like everybody, Even sometimes through my career, people have treated me really bad because I've always been the boss, And I say, that's their problem. It doesn't affect me.
Yeah.
I
absolutely agree.
I got thick skin. So, but anyway, thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you being here. We will do this again for sure.
Thank you so much.
And thank you guys for joining us. And let me know if you want to join our Growpreneur group, and send us messages, guys.
Thank you. Talk to you next time. Bye.
All right. Bye.
I'm a diva. I'm a diva.